Fact number 1 is that there's an alien hidden away, or an Easter egg, in pretty much most of the episodes of South Park. There isn't really every single episode, since the actual creators of South Park even said that even themselves couldn't really keep track of when they actually put them in the episodes. They would just pretty much just say they would just put it in a random time slot or time frame. Some of the scenes you could possibly see them in a flash frame, sometimes in a poster, and even sometimes you can see them in the background. Some of the images I show you, there's even one where there's like a hidden alien face on like an average belt pretty much. Fact number 2 is that when South Park aired the episode Trapped in the Closet, which pretty much poked fun at the highest beliefs held by the Church of Scientology, believe it or not, the church actually called for a classic investigation into both of their lives. They would even do stuff like go through their phone records, their bank records, some personal letters, which could, I guess, expose some kind of vulnerability. But other than that, I don't really know why they done that, but you know, they found out a lot just through going for their trash. Fact number 3 is that Kenny is actually based on a real person. In this case, it was an actual childhood friend of Trey Parker's. In a 2000 interview, Trey pretty much said that the real life Kenny was the poorest kid in the neighborhood and wore an orange parka that made it difficult for anyone to understand what he was saying. Trey also stated that the real life Kenny would sometimes skip school from time to time, causing the others to jokingly say he had died. And a few days later, he would join his classmates and attend school again. Fact number 4 is that another character from Trey Parker was actually based on his counselor. You could probably guess it already, but Mr. Mackey was based on his old school counselor called Mr. Lackey. And in an interview, you've probably done it in his voice, but I'm gonna have a good attempt of it. Trey, quit fooling around, get back to schoolwork, okay? But now I'm making millions out of him, which he said in his own voice again. I know my impression is not the best, but you know, just get the point across. Fact number 5 is that during South Park's earlier seasons, several high-profile celebrities actually inquired about guest starring on the show. Believe it or not, that was actually true. As a joke, Parker and Stone responded by offering only low-profile, non-speaking roles. Most of them were actually accepted. For example, George Clooney provided the backs for Stan's dog in Sparky in Season 1, 1997 episode Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride. So you can go back to that episode and just realize that was actually George Clooney. Fact number 6 is that the very first episode, the pilot episode, was on a budget of $300,000. Similarly to Parker's and Stone's Christmas shorts, the original pilot was animated entirely with traditional cut paper stop motion animation techniques. This laborious process involved creating hundreds and hundreds of construction paper cutouts. This would involve including individual mouth shapes and many of the characters in several different sizes, and even photographing every single frame of the show with an overhead camera to the dialogue that had been recorded earlier. The characters who are not speaking rarely move, saving time in the animation process. The finished pilot was actually 28 minutes long, which is too long to air, of course, as Parker and Stone did not realize that more time should be allowed for television commercials anyway. During the half-hour spot reserved for an episode of Comedy Central, in order to actually shorten the episode to 22 minutes, the creators cut about 10 minutes worth of material and added back another 3 minutes in order to tie up the changed storyline. Fact number 7 is that Kyle's hair is actually modeled after Matt Stone's self-proclaimed Jufro. I guess you can call it whatever you want, but the famous hair got actually put onto Kyle's hair when it was suddenly revealed. It's amazing Jufro. Fact number 8 is that Terrence and Phillip were actually created in response to criticism. South Park was nothing but bad animation of fat jokes. Fact number 9, but believe it or not, South Park actually hold a Guinness World Record for the most swearing in an animated series. I guess just the one episode where they had over a few hundred times just where they say the word shit. I guess that was pretty much enough just for that, I guess, but other than that, that's pretty an impressive feat to accomplish. Fact number 10 is that, believe it or not, Stan's family actually borrowed their names from Parker's real life family. The same with Stone's as well. Kyle's family was actually taken from his own family once again. That's just kind of interesting really, because I never really expected too much that they would take their own family's name and just stick it straight into this popular series, which is just so really cool, you know. But hopefully, I hope you all at least learned one new thing about this amazing series. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you all have a recommended video you want to see me do, just put it in the comments below. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.